Welcome back to Right on the Edge. Right on the edge of what? My sister's sanity. That's what. Because her car is playing music by itself outside. Jokes aside, and funny little things. I love Gravity Falls, and here I am listening to him in the background. Ooh, ooh. You know what I mean?
No.
Weird how it just
Audio
randomly started
too.
blasting the stereo. Like, how does it even do that?
I'm doing a video right now, dear Adrian.
No, keep on going. This is great. This is peak content. We didn't have like you know I don't know if I was recording the first minute of that because it was showing the desktop audio that was muted was being recorded and the one that wasn't being muted. I don't know how to explain that. Soundy
long
wasn't
story
working.
short, long
But
story short, my car started playing music while I was inside
At max volume.
at max volume.
And it was locked. Like, I had to lock it to get into it.
I mean, I know what was causing it,
Turned it back
guys.
on, started the stereo.
I know what was causing it.
All the way up.
Aliens.
All by itself.
Aliens.
Also, guys,
One was Bluetoothing to her
oh, I'm
phone.
so
and
sorry,
playing some
puppies.
shit. It sounded like the radio.
I'll
It's
do
like
a little.
XM or something.
I'll do a little. Right? You see how bad that lost like 85 pounds. Now it's time to start getting crunk. By crunk, I just mean yo, my little cute puppy. Yes, you are. That's what I love about Luna is that she's my little cutie puppy. So, anyway, guys, as a person that loves Gravity Falls, you know what I love more? Loving Gravity Falls. I'll tell you what, guys. Tell you what I love more. I love hearing about how other. Oh my God, I just hiccuped at the weirdest time. I love hearing about how other people love the things that I love. Yeah, figure that one out.
And I'm not like so deep into the lore of Gravity Falls, so this might be a good recap for me.
Megan's actually a mega fan, but she just doesn't want to say anything.
Whatever.
All right, let's push. Let's start.
Growing up in the 90s, I was convinced I was living through the cartoon golden age. Dexter's.
I will say this. It was a golden age, but it wasn't the only golden age. The early 2000s were damn good.
Laboratory, Ed, Edd and Eddy, Rugrats. I mean, remember Recess? It was awesome. Then YouTube happened. And in 2007,
God,
without
YouTube.
realizing it, I switched off Cartoon Network, Nickelodeon, and Disney Channel forever, thinking, hey, I've already seen the best animation has
What a great show.
to offer. What could I
just like the
possibly
animation and
be
everything.
missing?
By the way, guys, I have to fully admit right now, I watched Gravity Falls in my 30s. That's when I watched it. I just saw it one day and I was like, fuck it, I don't want to think. And then I fell in love.
Wait, so
Adventure Time,
you're
I
a
watched it in
recent
like my
fan
mid
of it
20s.
then.
Yeah, no, yeah, I didn't watch it when it came out. I watched it like later. I just had Disney Plus and I was like, you know what? I don't really want a nostalgia boner today, guys. I want to edge myself to Teen Titans or something like that. Okay, it wasn't Disney Plus that had Teen Titans, but you get what I'm saying. I was like, I'll just try something new.
I
Right,
mean, it's
Gravity
like
Falls,
it's
I was like, this is
15 years
fantastic.
old, I think.
Yeah, I didn't watch it. No, Phineas and Ferb is
What the hell is all this? While I was
is.
busy failing college, an entirely new generation reshaped animation and pop culture without me. Steven Universe, Phineas and Ferb, Adventure Time. Sure, some seemed funny, but I stubbornly ignored them all. And yet one show kept coming up in conversation again and again and again. Gravity Falls.
And the shit that the creators have done, like, outside of the show, unreal. It's unreal how good it is. Like, adding in all those secret codes to the books you could buy and stuff. Fucking awesome.
Yeah.
So you know what? I might be a 34-year-old stick in the mud, but I'm also a reviewer, and today I'm finally putting Gravity Falls to the millennial test. Will it impress me, or will my nostalgia win out in the end? Honestly, I'm excited to find out. Gravity Falls, here I come. Okay, I'm here, and I'm gonna take this one seriously, so...
Shut up, Gohan, and hurry up.
Great, now I look like I'm from Gravity Falls. In order to better understand my enemy, I need to inhabit its body. I need to breathe like it. So, firstly, I should disclose, I don't normally like episodic stories, especially if the main characters don't click with me right away. And I'm gonna be honest, when Mabel first appeared on my screen, my skepticism skyrocketed. Immediately, I thought this character is either going to be the most irritating thing I've ever witnessed or an absolute treat. So many shows these days have hashtag quirky walking headaches posing as supporting characters, but it's here Gravity Falls pleasantly surprised me.
He never blinks.
I
Have you
agree.
noticed that?
Maybe he's blinking when you're blinking.
So apparently this show's hilarious. I'm not kidding. I had to pause pretty much every episode because I was laughing too long. There's a tongue-in-cheek silliness to these scripts that offer something for all ages. For the young, you've got Mabel kissing a leaf blower, and for the adults, you've got...
You simply must come in for coffee.
Oh, God.
But I came...
It's imported all the way from Colombia.
Wow. I went to jail there once.
But yeah, alright,
I was in
okay,
jail
we
there
get it.
once.
It's funny,
Oh.
but comedy alone isn't enough to win me over, and typically episodic shows like this don't really hold my attention without something deeper, an overarching narrative. And by the time I reached the end of episode 1, there didn't really seem to be much. Well, outside of this weird moment where Dipper discovers a strange journal hidden inside a metal tree. But yeah, whatever. Kid shows are weird sometimes. Or at least, that's what I thought until I saw something odd in episode 3. You see, during Mabel's wax sculpture presentation, a mysterious figure can be seen darting out of frame. This was noteworthy to me because, typically in animation, background characters remain static. Not because it's more immersive, animation is just really expensive. So animators tend to reserve movement for what's essential to the plot. But that guy right there moved. And not only did he move, but he vanished from the episode immediately afterwards. His attire looked completely out of place and almost futuristic, and he was definitely holding something, though I can't really make it out. Initially, I thought I might be overthinking things, but halfway through episode 4, my friend pointed out a core part of this series that I had completely overlooked. And incredibly, it wasn't even my fault.
Sorry, making sure my microphone works.
No, not the vomiting
It does
gnome, the
work.
cipher hidden beneath it. You see, each episode ends with a coded message, a secret puzzle for viewers. However, unlike most of you who watched Gravity Falls on the original broadcast,
Jesus. This is so good. Sorry, I'm just relearning how much I love this show. I might have to watch it again.
with television, I've been watching it on my computer through Disney Plus. And on streaming, as
Big
soon as an
brain.
episode hits the credits, it autoplays to the next episode, completely skipping past the ciphers. You thought you could get away from me. Well, unlucky for you, Mr. Cipher. I'm not some dumb kid. I'm a stressed out father of 3 operating on 4 hours of sleep and a caffeine addiction. I will solve you.
Wait, minus the father of 3.
Alright, so the first step is to determine the
understand.
language. So given the target audience and origin of the show, I figured whatever the hidden message was going to be, it would have to be in English. Step 2. Identify the cipher type. At first glance, I wondered if it was a simple anagram, with each word's letters simply jumbled around, but W-R clearly couldn't be rearranged into an English word, so that meant it had to be a substitution cipher. Those are slightly more complicated. Which brought me to step 3, cracking the code. Cipher solving takes trial and error, and thankfully this code had an easy giveaway, the double O-O in the final word IDOOV. In English, only certain amounts of double letters appear regularly. The most common are E, E, S, S, and L, L. Now, given that L was closest to the letter O out of all three of these options, I started there and, guys, that was it. And assuming double O translated to double L, I shifted every other letter 3 spaces back and bingo.
Oh my
Welcome
god.
to Gravity Falls.
I had no idea.
That's crazy.
I had no
Indeed.
idea.
Okay,
Oh,
Gravity
that's-
Falls, you got my full
Alright.
attention now. And after decoding that first cipher, the messages kept on coming. Episode 2's was next week, return to Butt Island. Episode 3 was he's still in the vents. And episode 4 was Carla, why won't you call me? None of these made sense to me right away, except for maybe the Larry King in the vents line, but that's not the important part. Suddenly, Gravity Falls went from a funny cartoon I was vaguely interested in to something deeper, almost interactive. What's
That's
with the
so
metal tree?
good,
What's
yeah.
with the mysterious book Dipper found? What's with that metal tree though? Why does Gideon have a magical talisman?
I have to say, how did they get away of making something so good?
They put a lot of thought into the show.
Yeah, I'm just like saying, like arguably on TV, it's like 99% slop, and yet something like this got greenlit.
And a journal similar to Dipper's, only with the number 2. And what's with that metal tree?
What is happening
What is with that nothing?
here?
Okay, chill out, Mark. You're not a kid. You can figure this out. All right. With the cipher conquered, I realized I was approaching this with an outdated mindset, perhaps. My boomer brain, if you will. Unlike my childhood, Gravity Falls aired during a time where pausing and rewinding live television was commonplace, and this suggested to me important clues could be hiding during split-second moments. So I revisited episode 1, specifically the rapid page flipping of Dipper's journal. At normal speed, I couldn't really see much of anything, but going frame by frame, a whole new layer emerged. Number 1, a page warning of cursed doors. Avoid this door on Main Street, ominously pointing to a door number 13. A cryptic message about increased energy readings or something? I don't know. Number 2, a chilling circular diagram marked boldly with trust no one. Again, no idea how to read into that. Number 3, a letter dated June 18th from the journal's
It's
author,
hard to
who's been
believe
apparently
it's been
researching
6
Gravity Falls
years
for
since I
6
began
years and
researching.
intriguingly called it a geographical oddity. And number 4, an almost fully obscure page in blue ink, which tells me that this page is important. It shows, I think, a map-like drawing of trees with cryptic directions and the intriguing phrase, "You can't miss it," dated, I think, June 13th. And while I couldn't glean much of
Wow.
anything from this journal wasn't just set dressing, it invited speculation and deeper narrative exploration. Whose journal is it? Where did Gideon find his? And where is journal number 1? This is precisely when I knew I was genuinely hooked. While episodic stories can be hit or miss, Gravity Falls was checking every single
This guy's
box.
fucking-
It had lovable characters, hilarious humor, and crucially, an intriguing
This guy's video analytics skills are way beyond mine. Now, mind you, he could have cheated and just looked up all this stuff online, but what a
Right?
way to analyze an episode. I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch this now.
overarching mystery for me to sink my
100%.
teeth into. It's episodic
Just so I
enough to
can see it.
casually enjoy a standalone episode, but richly serialized for those who dive deeper, much the same way Avatar: The Last Airbender approached its story.
dude, Avatar.
And honestly, reflecting
Another
back,
legendary one.
none of the cartoons I grew up with ever dared something this ambitious. All right. Mysterious puzzles keep me engaged, but in truth, the actual heartbeat of the story that kept me excitedly coming back remained with the characters and their personal journeys. Episode 5, The Inconveniencing, proved to me that the sharpness of the show didn't just reside within its cryptic undercurrents, but indeed its literary prowess. In other words, the story's got hands. While earlier episodes certainly conveyed valuable lessons about family, growth, and trust, they typically presented these themes as subtle artifacts within the story rather than their defining aspects. But episode 5 doesn't do that. Its message of being true to yourself drives the entire story. Through Dipper's relatable struggle to impress his crush Wendy by hiding who he truly is, this element of the plot also informs Wendy's growth and contention with her own immaturity, thus setting up the clear flaws for both characters to overcome, allowing us at home to share in their journey of honesty and growth. Honestly, at this point,
That's
it's the
dope.
most well-rounded episode so far, and it made me love Mabel even more than I already did. Also, I want to point this out because it's a really fun, cute detail, but when they were trying to escape the haunted convenience store, there's a literal cereal box that asks the question, "Can you escape?" And hilariously, the puzzle is inescapable. I kind of love that. Continuing the trend of cleverly focusing on two characters,
Oh,
this
that's so
time
good.
with diametrically opposing flaws, episode 6 explores the
Oh.
themes of masculinity.
Bro,
Ow.
I just watched that for like 3 minutes straight, and I couldn't say a damn word because I was like, wow.
All right.
Like in my head, I'm just like, wow.
I have
Through
nothing
Stan and
to
Dipper.
add to
Through
the
contrasting
conversation.
Stan's rough
What I am gonna do is about 30 minutes into this, I'm gonna end it so you can come and explore this video on your own.
Okay.
That way, I don't want to take all this dude's work and just kind of like go on top of it. I'd rather use my video as like an instrument so you can go and check out this guy's. I mean, he really dived deep. There's some stuff in here where it's just like, God damn, dude. I guess, he was paying himself to notice it, and I wasn't. But man,
Right.
so fantastic, dude. The level of details I missed, I just enjoyed the story. But they're like, oh, look at this cipher here and this fucking little unsolvable maze on the back of a cereal box. And I was like, I noticed that.
and Dipper's softness, it emphasizes that the answer to their respective conflicts was never connected to their outward self, but rather their internal
the fact that his
sense
hair
of
just grew
worth.
back.
And crucially, Dipper's defining moment isn't some stereotypical display of toughness either, but rather a demonstration of his willingness to stand by his principles in the face of terrifying odds. And
Yeah,
of
I
course,
like
the
that.
irony was not lost on me that a character named Lazy Susan was repeatedly frustrated by her inability to manually spin something. Do I love this show?
I'm
Yes,
Mabel.
yes, you
That
do.
sounds like a fat old lady's name.
I'll take that as a compliment.
Mabel, I cannot describe how much I adore your soul. Please, for the love of God, never change. And in keeping
Yep.
with the constant forward progression of this story, this might be the most sophisticated episode in terms of structure yet. When it comes to Gravity Falls leveraging its characters for the sake of plot, typically we've seen it focus on the core cast's prominent flaws.
Oh, I remember that
insecurity,
episode.
loneliness, immaturity,
I love
etc.
those
This
episodes.
time, however, it's different thanks to Mabel because she doesn't actually need to learn a lesson. She's good, which means she's offering Gravity Falls its first ever flat character arc. While Dipper is positioned as the one who is changed by the world around him, a positive change arc, Mabel, thanks to her genuine and innocent sensibilities, flips the script and provides those around her with a lesson instead. Much like the last episode leveraged the visual contrast between Stan and Dipper to
Never
drive
thought about
home
it that
its
way, but it's
message, this one
absolutely
leans
true.
into the very fabric of the narrative's DNA to create antithetical
always
A
thought about
and
that
B
too,
plot
but
lines to
Mabel
help the
actually
episode
didn't need to
feel
change.
whole. Mabel doesn't need to learn the
He just
same
kinda
lesson Dipper does.
grows.
Mabel is exactly what Dipper needs to be, true to himself instead of putting on this artificial persona. Illustrated, I think, ingeniously by him literally opposing the old versions of himself as they literally hold him back. It's another brilliant installment.
I do everything right all the time.
However, as episode 7 turned to episode 8, I could feel the story's clawing grip on me strengthening with each passing
Yeah.
second.
I definitely
Isn't
felt like
it
this
funny
too.
how charming and silly Mabel is? What the fuck is going on with this town? Why is alchemy suddenly involved? Why am I finding myself feverishly pausing
was
each
me.
episode and going frame by frame through its scenes? Why is it 4 a.m.? It was noon 5 minutes ago. Also, where did these notes come from? There he is! I was right, it's him! It's the weird background guy from episode 3. It's fucking Time Traveler! Whew, okay.
I'm fucking. You know what? I'm subscribing to this guy. I'm making a note right now, dude. You have earned my subscription and the 1.7 billion others.
I
And
wouldn't have
1.07
noticed
billion
any
others.
of those.
Me neither,
details.
but I love that he's as excited about this as I was when I saw some of these things.
This episode
I was like,
unironically changed everything for me.
Shaking
Not
my
only
hands
was my
and shit.
prior suspicion validated, but it also exposed several other elements of the story I hadn't even been paying attention to. How could I have missed him during these moments? What else was I missing, I thought?
Oh
well,
my God.
with my
my
mind planned
God.
to be more scrutinous than
I
it
didn't
had
see that at all.
previously been, upon starting the next episode, I noticed something else. The intro that I had been skipping because Disney Plus offers that function offered
Yeah.
mysteries for me to uncover. Case in point, this freak again.
Yeah.
There he is, hiding in the corner of the photographs. I should have seen this ages ago. Okay, time to go frame by frame through this bitch. Okay, so apart from the time traveler I saw, we've got Bigfoot appearing for a single frame. Dipper seems
Yep.
to be looking at some symbols
that.
with the letter F beneath them. I also got some close-ups of a page with a circle graph featuring an eyeball, some numbers, and more alchemy symbols. Oh joy. And that's when I heard it. The very end. Do you hear it?
Yep.
Something is clearly being played
like-
in
it's like
reverse here.
talking
And I
about
was
Bill
so
or
damn
whatever.
happy
I
when
think
I
it's
noticed
Bill.
this. So happy, in fact, that I
I was like that
immediately
too.
fired up Audacity, threw in the theme song, isolated
didn't
the
do
audio,
this.
reversed it, and was immediately disappointed. Well, that would have been helpful 2 days ago. Whatever, there's like 2
Minus
seconds
3
left in this
back.
intro anyway. Then I can get back. Wait, go back. What the hell's this? Okay, it's at this
Yeah.
point a normal person might throw in the towel. After all, this show ended almost like, what, a decade ago?
Hey,
And the
fuck you,
answers
okay?
are
This
freely
is great.
available online. But there's just one teeny tiny problem with that. That's how losers think.
Yeah.
I am a winner. Can't you tell by my manic scratchings, countless tabs translating Latin, and my heaps of alchemical notes dating back over a century ago?
Love this
I
guy.
will not let this thing beat me. I started by drawing the creepy triangle man circle and
That's so
identified
good.
everything that made sense to me around it. Number one, the glasses representing, I guess, Stan. The typical question mark sign we see everywhere, but most prominently on Seuss's
Yeah,
shirt.
it's
The
definitely
ice
Seuss.
bag from episodes 5 and 9, which don't really have any clear correlation to a character. Maybe Wendy's boyfriend, forget his name. Number 4, the symbol on Stan's hat. That's a pretty obvious one. Number 5, the tree representing, I guess, Dipper. Number 6 is a
Yeah.
little more complicated, but in alchemy, the 5-pointed star represents unity of the elements. The circle in the center represents gold or the sun. Number 7, the 6-digit hand that appears on the cover of all the weird books. Number 8, a llama.
I love the
Don't
llama.
know what to do with that.
Favorite.
Number 9, the shooting star representing Mabel. That's on her jumper quite a lot. And number 10, finally, a heart with stitches that, again, I have no idea. Wendy? Maybe?
That's Wendy's
Great!
boyfriend.
Now, with that out of the way, let's deconstruct this weird triangle man. He seems to be in the shape of the alchemical symbol for air, according to my ancient scrolls. The eye in alchemy often represents enlightenment or the all-seeing eye, which one is slightly more sinister than the other. But I'm not really sure what to do with that. Perhaps given that all 3 main characters are referenced in this circle and this story deals with them learning how to find themselves, perhaps the center represents the finish line of the series where these characters come out the other end fully rounded individuals. I don't know. But that doesn't really explain everything else. My suspicion is that once the end of the series rolls around, I will be able to ascribe each one of these symbols to a specific character. But yeah, I just don't have enough info to go on yet. I'm pretty pumped to see Llama Man, though.
dude's
Moving on,
fucking
we've got
crazy,
a
dude.
weird cipher that, when translated, rocked my fucking world. Stan is not what he seems. I'm not gonna lie, discovering
No way.
I saw that decipher. I saw that. That's the only one I found.
this in my office in the wee hours of the night was creepy as fuck and ultimately led me down a rabbit hole the likes of which I shall never recover from, both physically and in a reputational sense, because we're going to get into it. The
Gravity
hat
Falls is
Stan
one of
wears
these
seems to be a
once-in-a-generation
combination of the
cartoons.
alchemical symbols for silver and perhaps fire or water.
100%.
There's precedent for the moon symbol in alchemy to be
I don't
combined
know, I
with
think
a
the
circle
2010s
as the
had some
combination.
solid cartoons.
This is the. I mean, there's solid cartoons, but this is like a once in a generation cartoon. Like it's just, it's crazy how good it is, how deep it is, how detailed it is.
I feel the
It's-
same way about Avatar: Last Airbender. to
Well, yeah,
be
that's another
completely-
once in a generation cartoon. Like 100%. Yeah, they both fill
Because
that
this
role.
show came out. This show came out like what, 2016?
Oh no,
Huh?
Wait,
Let me
it-
look it up really quick.
definitely. Oh,
When did Gravity Falls come out? 2012.
2012. Oh, well, that's earlier than I even thought. I can't believe it took me nearly 8 years or more to watch this.
It concluded in 2016.
Yeah,
of
fantastic.
So I
these
was
two is
right.
the alchemical symbol.
Oh, sorry.
I said I was right on the date, just on the wrong end of it. The date.
Yeah,
For platinum. Yeah, the alchemists were weird back in the day. They thought combining silver and gold this way made platinum. This kind of holds true also, as the weird cloth hanging on Stan's wall seems to show gold being poured onto silver,
Weird.
denoted by the moon symbol yet again. Additionally, the crown on that weird cloth on the wall represents something called Regulus in alchemy, or in English, when translated from Latin, rule or ruler or royal or something, right? I have no clue how to make sense of any of that, but there's my work. Do I get points? By the time I made it to the tattoo
you
on
got
Stan's
points
back,
already.
which at this point we have only really seen tiny glimpses of, I was starting to go a a smidge mad. Maybe Dipper's tree symbol was actually two triangles stacked on top of each other, or maybe it's a symbol that represents his
Maybe it's just
mental
a
growth
tree.
in the series, as the tree represents that in alchemy. I mean, Mabel's shooting star in alchemy could also allude to spiritual growth or enlightenment, but all in all, I was tired of this weird fake chemistry bullshit and wasn't getting anywhere with it. So, moving on. On the other side of this visual headache, we are greeted by several symbols from alchemy again, as well as some truly perplexing codes. I spent an unholy amount of time trying to make sense of these. For transparency, I've never done any code breaking in the past. I don't have experience, and yet here I was, convinced that the assortment of numbers and letters at the bottom left of this screen had something to do with Morse code.
Yeah.
And while I didn't do much of anything with this one down at the bottom, or that one at the top actually,
thought
I
that
do
one right
think
there
I
was
managed to get
binary.
somewhere with that smaller
Maybe.
one near the middle. This, to
Yeah, I
me,
can see
looked
that.
like pixel art, like it was trying to write a cross or an arrow, with the zeros being empty boxes and the ones being full boxes. I assumed it was going to be a cross because it actually matches up perfectly with the alchemical symbol, yeah, we're doing alchemy again, for acid or vinegar. Maybe that's relevant? I don't know. And finally, the last thing on this side that I want to touch on is the time symbol again. This is the symbol that is on the time traveler's thing, so I'm assuming it's a symbol that
bet you it
denotes
means
time,
time.
maybe? But if you really want to get abstract with it, you could be thinking of it as a fire symbol and water symbol stacked on top of each other, which, through research, I was also able to discern that this symbol that was for the time traveler is also connected suspiciously.
Bro, you're so in the weeds right now. I'm lost in the sauce. I respect it.
Accurately to the symbol for the Native
I
American
respect it.
Lakota tribe of the Great Plains, which might not seem to have any link to Oregon, where Gravity Falls is set, but when you read the extensive history of
What?
that tribe on Wikipedia, you'll eventually discover a section detailing a series of Lakota wars during 1862 and 1864, leading to the forced displacement of their entire community and way of life along the, get this, the Oregon Trail. When was Gravity
Oh.
Falls founded? 1863, bang in the middle of those two dates. Boom! The answer to Gravity Falls' cryptic puzzles are hinting towards none other than a cabal of time-traveling Native American alchemical wizards.
You're telling me there is not a wizard in this closet?
Fine, open it.
An invisible wizard!
What the fuck am I doing with my
Forgot
life?
about that part.
Thankfully, the show continues to impress me, with each subsequent installment managing to deliver creative supernatural approaches to universal themes and messages for kids and adults alike. Although no matter how much fun I try to have, that triangle keeps taunting me. While there
Yeah,
are
bro.
gaming-centric episodes like Fight Fighters, rich with creative expression, thoughtful storytelling, and emotional nuance, this fuck keeps showing up. Episode 9, it was on a bunch of playing cards, and in episode 10, it's the arcade itself. Is nothing sacred? I can almost hear him whispering now.
Hey, Mark, why can't you figure this out?
Yeah, you
I
gay.
thought the childhood cartoons were better.
That's it. I'm pulling out all the stops.
Yeah, Brad's right. Bring out your Nokia.
Oh, he's calling
Hey there,
his-
sweetie. Yeah, sorry, I know it's late. Look, I'm not going to be able to make a reservation this weekend. Is it the cartoon again? No, of course not. No, it's I just got diarrhea real bad for the whole weekend.
For the whole weekend.
Bye. Now, with no distractions, I can focus on what's really important. Stop staring at me! Up to this point, I'd largely been stumbling around in the dark.
Can you imagine just calling your like boyfriend or whatever, or just telling Adrian, like, Adrian, I have pre-planned diarrhea for the next weekend.
At my old job, they would be like, "Oh yeah, by the way, I'm gonna be sick on this date, just so you know." Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Hid
like that
only
same
by the
vibe.
occasional
Someone will
cryptic
be sick
cipher
in the
and
future. How
whatever
do you
manic
know?
theory took
Oh, I
hold
know.
of my subconscious. But then episode 11 happened, and suddenly the clues weren't
I got
coming
the
from
itis,
hidden
dude.
ciphers, they were right there in the story. Finally, storytelling mechanics, my wheelhouse. In narrative theory, there's a principle known as Chekhov's gun, which states that every seemingly minor detail introduced in a story should eventually serve a purpose. Nothing is incidental,
Should be.
usually. In this episode, Gideon repeatedly tries to take Stan's mystery shack, yet Stan effortlessly outmaneuvers him at every turn. First by cleverly
Like a
signing a
lemon,
fake
man.
check, then with a swarm of red bugs, but Gideon's third attempt almost works, so what's different? Well, my theory is that Stan's hat is playing a role, because it's missing. Now here's why I think that's significant.
Oh,
Number
what?
one, in animation and really filmmaking in general, characters are rarely ever shown putting on or taking off their clothes. Just like we never really see Stan refuel his car or brush his teeth, it's an unnecessary detail unless it serves the story. So when Stan's iconic
I think
fez
that's
is suddenly
true.
taken off
Makes a
and
lot
we're
of sense.
specifically shown that, I can't help but feel that that must matter. And number two, perhaps the most important observation of all, the hat reappears in the episode. And the moment I'm referring to is this.
Well, Stanford, it appears I finally gotten the best of you.
Notice anything strange about this clip? The fez doesn't shrink. Everything hit by that beam, Dipper's hat, their clothes, heck, even the hat Seuss puts on immediately after being shrunk down is also small along with him. But Stan's fez doesn't shrink at all, even when the light is directly on it. Why? Because it's magic. Please
magic, dude.
stay with me. Stan wasn't effortlessly beating Gideon with smarts alone. He had literal magic helping him with the hat. Maybe. There's gotta be something there, right? Surely. Whatever. It's not like there's something weird about to happen with Stan's hat in the meantime. Let's move on to episode 12.
Foreshadowing.
I'm just glad it's over, right?
Damn, you
As
got
kids
it.
shows go, this is a genuinely creepy concept, even if it is a Halloween episode, sort of. A Slenderman-like creature lurking in the shadows, preying on children. Honestly, it brought me back to those traumatizing yet fascinating Cowers the Cowardly Dog episodes from my childhood. Had it been just that, I would have been pleased, but this is where, again, Gravity
Courage
Falls
was
chooses to
top
push
tier.
itself, and through
It really
doing
was. I
so,
love
makes
that
it a
show.
genuinely valuable and important teaching tool for children, and, I think, adults alike. You see, in Gravity Falls, defeating monsters is never really the point, but rather a supernatural symptom of a deeper character flaw. In the prior episode, Gideon's threat stemmed not from his power, but from Dipper's own insecurity about his height. It's only when Dipper resolves that issue with his sister do they resolve the conflict of the episode itself. Similarly, the Summerween monster wasn't
That's
just
so
a
true.
spooky creature, it represented Dipper's struggle with honesty, especially when honesty comes at the cost of hurting someone you love. I mean, forget kids. Adults struggle with this lesson. And this show doesn't just take the easy way out either. Even after the monster is seemingly defeated, Gravity Falls still confronts the emotional fallout head on, creating genuine emotional depth. And so the point is, there's a ton to love and appreciate about this show. And yet, as soon as episode 14 began, something felt wrong. What the? This story is gaslighting me. Stan's fez changed symbols. You can't convince me otherwise. Did I draw the symbol wrong in my notes? Did I not see that it's a dumb Pac-Man fish?
I thought that too. I legitimately thought that the first time I saw that episode. I was like, are they fucking with me right now?
Dude, I need to watch this show because there's so many layers to this show.
I told you, it's good. This is straight up one of my favorite cartoons. I recommend this to everybody. I was like, it's so good. Like, it's good for children, it's good for adults, it's good for super nerds like me. And I didn't even pick up on half of these things. I just picked up on some of them. You know, like I noticed this. I noticed like a few of the ciphers. And
I try to recommend everybody to Avatar: Last Airbender at all cost.
I can't believe people have watched that already.
There's people I've met people that are in their 30s or 40s that have never seen that show.
Good show.
Eating food?
And I keep
Hold on.
I keep trying to get Shay to watch it, but she's like, "No,
We gotta
I
check
can't
the theme song
sit
on this
through
episode.
this."
Yeah, she's too cool.
I genuinely nearly flipped my desk in confusion and anger. For one horrifying moment, I genuinely thought I'd imagined everything. That is until I frantically jumped back to episode 1 and yeah, there's the hat. Hooray, it's fine again. And of course, this confusion strikes right in the middle of the most structurally bizarre episode so far. An anthology of unrelated mini-stories narrated as the characters fall seemingly forever in a pit of infinity. Or are they? Had it not been for that hat, I'd honestly think nothing of this, but now 20% of me suspects that this could be some alternate reality. With all of these cryptic messages, supernatural forces, and literal time travel in the story now, multiple realities seems perfectly plausible, if not downright reasonable. Could the kids time travel in the earlier episodes
time,
have
baby.
fractured reality into multiple timelines? Is this our first glimpse of a different one? I mean, this theory could explain why the characters in this episode recount adventures we've never seen, or why in the very next episode, Dipper criticizes Mabel for constantly chasing new crushes, even though that literally only happened like once in the first episode. Look, it's
Yep.
3 a.m., I'm surrounded by alchemy notes, and my browser history looks like a medieval scholar had a breakdown. Again, maybe this is just Stan's replacement Fez after a goat chewed his old one in episode 13. But whatever's going on, something undeniably feels off. But here's where things took a turn. Something crucial I have yet to mention in the script is my growing suspicion of Stan. After discovering the Stan is not what he seems
Yeah, he's
cipher,
not what he
beyond the
seems.
obvious secret door hidden within the mystery shack itself, Stan's reactions throughout earlier episodes are enough on their own to turn my head. At the end of episode 6, Dipper versus Manliness, Stan's reaction to hearing the name of the Manitor is it's odd, suggesting recognition rather than outright surprise, as it should be. And this isn't even to mention the strange tattoo on the Manitor's shoulder. Initially, it seemed like a humorous nod to irony until my obsessive
That's what I
dive into
thought.
alchemy revealed it closely matched the symbol for antimony, or however it's pronounced,
this guy
representing,
autistic?
in effect, and I quote,
What?
Is this guy autistic?
Bro, I think he has to be, man. He's fucking. He read so much into this. I just saw that and was like, it's the man symbol.
the wild and animalistic parts of human nature, and given the
Because you know
character,
he wanted to be a
that fits.
Manitor.
Furthermore, episode 16 doubled down on Stan's mysterious activities. A hidden room containing a shag carpet labeled ominously as Experiment 78 raised more eyebrows than I had on my face to use. Why would Stan keep something like this hidden away? Does he want to switch bodies with someone, or perhaps something? Is the goat a person? I'm honestly going mad speculating here, and what's up with that second pair of glasses
Yeah.
he casually pulls from his pocket? It
That's what I
matches
wanted
the
to know.
circle cipher perfectly. This transcends pure speculation. Stan is definitely hiding something big. But as
He just
episodes
punches
go,
him.
16 resonated with me on a personal level. While
Oh.
other episodes might have offered a more complicated structure or creative punchline, this one authentically captured the bittersweet feeling of growing up. Slowly but steadily
Yeah.
drifting apart
You
from
want
your
to call that
sibling.
a
And
good
as someone with a brother,
place to stop?
Yeah, it's just about 30 minutes. You know, guys, video is fantastic. Watch Totally Not Mark if you haven't watched them.
What other videos has he done?
I don't
Oh,
know, but
I think he just does deep dives into TV shows and
yeah, but he does
reviews.
a ton of videos.
Oh, the reviews.
Yeah, usually
Is it-
reviews. But it's so fantastic. Absolutely deserved.
It seems like Gravity Falls is like on par as far as goodness and writing goes as Avatar: Last Airbender.
And either way, guys, that's it for this one. Highly recommend you guys watch the rest of the video. It was great. You know what I mean? It was so good. All right.
Yeah, send that to me so I can watch it later.
Yeah. You guys all have a good night, and you too, man.
You too. Good night.